That's with Lorient. Guerrero.
Dios mío.
Idea. Just a rather loose pass from Pastore. Made it to Guzman. Nice touch from Gaetan. Here's Higuain. Looks for Di Maria, but he's looking out by better. Nani, the latest to be struggling with an injury, in his area there. Damage to Martin Atkins, referee. He wants everybody to have a look. Nani? Just maybe caught slightly there, but nothing to exercise the referee in any shape or form. We've seen some of the atmosphere has gone out of Old Trafford since Ronaldo and Messi have not reappeared for the second half, but nevertheless, we could still have a very good second half here. More important points to be gained. It's not the World Cup, but nevertheless, the other side will want to go away with the defeat. Rest assured on that, in by Portugal, dealt with by Mascherano and Saudi. There, used his physical strength, but overdid it with the eyes of referee Atkinson. Here's Bilia. Caglia. Gaetan. Mascherano steps away from Quaresma. Overload on the right hand side briefly, but Mascherano's pass was a poor one. Wonderful World Cup he had. Little talk was about Messi and that run for Argentina to the final, but Mascherano produced some heroic performances in midfield, not least in the semi-final. Here's Andre Gomez. Quiet game so far. Seen a bit of Andre Gomez playing for Valencia in La Liga this season, and I always think he's better playing higher up the pitch. He's an all-round box-to-box midfielder, but he's got essentially a holding role tonight for the coach Santos. Done linked by Emilia, too far out of the reach of Di Maria though. Here's Guerrero for Thiago. Higuain claiming through and getting it. On the other side at the moment, which of a goal threat. There's Pastore. Di Maria. Trying to force himself a corner here. It's out to Nani. Had a brilliant start to his Manchester United career, Di Maria, but just ebbed away a little bit. It's a new culture, new league. It's remarkable that he started so well. Of course, we know his talent proved to be really excellent acquisition for Manchester United. There's Di Machelis, Manchester City. Bilia. Mascherano didn't want that pass. Portugal opportunity to move forward, denied by the referee's whistle. It was a foul by Thiago. A yellow card for the Atletico Madrid midfielder. Thiago, returning to the international picture after a long layoff, 4 years. Another who fell out with the previous coach, Paulo Bento. Higuain. Some little notes there on Bruno Alves. Higuain just saying this was a good old-fashioned shoulder charge, but more often than not you have a free kick given against you for that. He is these days in Italy with Napoli, as a manager watching on. I'm sure there'll be opportunity for Tevez to light up this glamorous international friendly, which is in need of some goal-mouth action at the moment, has to be said. And there's too many stoppages for comfort for niggly little fouls. Gaetan trying to find a way past for Silva. Here's Font. Coutinho, Eder, Nani, could open this out here for Guerrero, he does so. Just to hit the pass, so now Roncaglia to niggle back. Di Maria, it's a lot of pace to get beyond Andre Gomez, who's got more power, covered well. Sigua, just up nicely for Quaresma. Still Ricardo Quaresma, Coutinho, Thiago, Guerrero. Back out with Thiago. Taken away rather cheaply. Here's Bilia, Di Maria. Chance to run at that Portuguese defence. And they're cutting onto his left foot here. Still Di Maria. Good touch though. Argentina with Mascherano. Gaetan. Not much movement ahead of him, so he has to go back here with Otamendi. Di Michelis. Nicolas Otamendi, Pastore, Gaetan. Run this, the inroads into that Portugal defence. Nicolas Gaetan, here's Ansaldi, Di Maria. And that's lifted the atmosphere at Old Trafford, a shot on goal. Ansaldi with the set up here for Di Maria, struck it well. Better than the Portugal goal always did. Change here now for Argentina. A couple of changes. Gonzalo Higuain is coming off. Could it be replaced by Carlos Tevez? We're also going to see Eric Lamela. Here's Higuain coming off.
Sale el número 7, Ángel Di María, y entra en el 18, el Lamela. Y el segundo cambio,
Carlos Tevez.
9, Higuain, y entra
Eric Lamela. Getting his chance, the Tottenham Hotspur midfielder. confirmation that Di Maria was the man to make way for Lamela. It's a little heavy that from Otamendi, just forced Griezmann to scuttle a little bit to keep it in. Both coaches are now making 3 substitutions. They are allowed a maximum of 6. So Portugal with 4 now. Of course, they had that injury in the second half to Thiago Gomez. Roncaglia. Otamendi. Nice ball from Pastore. Here's Tevez. Gaetan. Villa. Free kick against Quaresma.
En junio todos juegan. Cuando tu herramienta falla, te deja fuera del juego. Con el Cambalache y Club Pro Maker, no te quedas fuera. Trae tu herramienta dañada y cambia la bolsa nueva pagando el 50% de descuento. Del 15 al 22 de junio en todos nuestros centros de servicio y socios élites. Vuelve al juego con respaldo real, Cambalache y Club Pro Maker. Y sin perder tiempo, descarga la app y activa tu entrada al Cambalache y Club Pro Maker.
Roncaglia. Tevez. Away comes Andre Gomez. Dimichelis. And Saldi. Mascherano. The run here from Gaetan. It's an excellent effort. Oh, Nicolas Gaetan. Lovely ball this though from Mascherano. Speared onto the head here of Gaetan, who was onside. Just coming on the blind side of the young fullback, Rafael Guerrero. But I was hoping it would travel wide and it did. Certainly Argentina look the more likely to make the breakthrough. Portugal getting ready to make another change. Adrien Silva is going to replace Andre Gomez shortly. Coutinho, shuffled down the line here for Eder. Runs into a meaty challenge to Otamendi. For Simba. That's a foul on Lamela. Portugal are going to make their change now. This is going to be a senior international debut to replace Andre Gomez. First cap at this level for Adrien Silva, who plays for Sporting Club Lisbon. Straight swap in midfield. Just one substitution available now for Portugal. As for Simba surveys the scene over this free kick. It's Quaresma rather. Bruno Alves kept it in, but only for Griezmann. Mascherano. Tevez. Gaetan. Boncaglia looking on the burst forward and pushed in the back by Nani. Oh, there's a soft free kick to give away by Nani. He's got his opponent facing the touchline, not threatening the Portuguese goal, and then just gone straight into the back of it. It's inexplicable, really, for a player of his experience and standing. And Fernando Santos, the Portugal head coach, will be furious with Nani if they concede from this. It's Gaetan with the free kick. Comfortably away, under no pressure by Font. Miscue there, for Singo, but he got away with it. Here's Gaetan, pretty lively since he came on. Mascherano, extending his international caps to 110 tonight, again Mascherano. 30 years old, he could yet challenge the record of the great Javier Zanetti. Stands at beyond 140. Boncaglia. Gaetan. Mascherano. Sally's made a good run the left back. It's an excellent pass to pick out that run from Mascherano to corner. Terrific movement off the ball there by Ansaldi. Thumbs up for the service from the skipper for the second half after the loss of Messi in half-time, Javier Mascherano. Ball already taken, and somebody can't run on to that. It's back here with Mascherano. And a good pass again here for Lamela. Story. Lucas Villa. Dimichelis. So much of the ball tonight, Argentina. Really, vast majority of the chances that have been on view, still no breakthrough. Offside, it's Pastore. Some famous faces tonight, none more so than the great Sir Bobby Charlton, who graced this stadium for so many wonderful years. He's Dimichelis. Gaetan. Boncaglia. Villa. Space here for Pastore. Now Lamela. Only forward in this Argentina attack. Still Lamela. Villa. Mascherano. Tevez. Boncaglia. Possession from Argentina. Gaetan. Now Guerrero. Thiago. Oh, really, I thought he'd take the ball cleanly there. I thought he saw matters differently. Jose Font. Quaresma. Another hold off Lamela. Thiago. Silva. Mosingo. Argentina getting ready to make a couple of changes shortly, I understand. Roberto Carrera and Jonathan Silva. Bruno Alves. Guerrero. He's done well now, the fullback. Portugal. Corner up the pitch here, and he'll take the foot roll, you like that. It's in here. We've seen very little of Portugal as an attacking threat. Plenty of Argentina in these positions. Can they make the breakthrough this time? In goes Gaeta. Well, it was never trouble in Beto. They've certainly got the beating of Guerrero in the air. It might be a weapon yet for Argentina. Argentina making their two changes that I mentioned. Roberto Carrera and Jonathan Silva. Off comes Christian Salvi. He's going to make way for Pastores, the other player coming off here. So Carrera will drop into midfield in place of Pastore. Silva will go in at left back instead of Salvi. Jonathan Silva of Sporting Club Lisbon. So he's up against one or two of his Portuguese clubmates tonight. Silva, just 20 years old, second cap for him, just a fourth cap for Carrera, who's dropped into midfield. An opportunity to view some of the fringe players of their respective sports. And yeah, very nearly embarrassed Guzman there. Here's Tevez. He's a player here for Facundo Moncada. Cut out by Guerrero. He's only got Eder ahead of him. Looks for him. Guerrero. Lamela. Vidia. Loose from Tevez. Here's Thiago. Dimacho's left up ahead of Eder. Oh, Thiago's already on a yellow card. And I think Martin Atkinson would avoid at all costs showing a red card in a friendly. But I think in a competitive game, Thiago might well be in deep trouble there. And he goes again for the challenge. This time he's got the free kick. He would have maybe a second or two there after going into that earlier challenge. I'll make your mind up on this one. Well, that's a yellow card all day long in a competitive match. Martin Atkinson has let Thiago away with one there. Mascherano, given away. Free kick. Portugal left frustrated and a real good break on the Argentina defence there. The referee decided it was a foul on Mascherano. He needs us to stay down and some sort of English. Just got trodden on there by Quaresma. Martino, since he took over from Alex Sabella, 3 wins and 1 defeat. The defeat came in the America Clásico de las America game against Brazil. Otherwise, it's been wings all the way. Tevez. Silva. Good ball in. Gaetan was just trying to affect the little back heel and kept alive here by Lamela. This is Bilia. Mascherano. Roncaglia. Quaresma did deal with this, but Jonathan Silva has actually been penalised for the challenge. And this was the cross that was delivered here by Jonathan Silva. And Gaetan, look at that, just trying to flick it over his head. And a decent attempt. Change now. William Carvalho, underrated defensive midfield player. Going on to replace Thiago. Fernando Santos well aware of that incident a moment or two ago where Thiago didn't want to risk another challenge like that, which might just stretch the patience of referee Martin Atkinson. So Carvalho is on. Portugal have used all their 6 substitutes now. One more left for Argentina, should Tata Martino wish to make it. I'm sure the crowd would like to see Sergio Aguero, despite the fact that there'll be a fair amount of Manchester United fans amongst the crowd this evening. It's been in great form for Manchester City in the Premier League this season. There's Lamela, Tevez, Eric Lamela again, Lucas Digne, Lamela, Carvalho. Adrian Silva finding Ricardo Quaresma. Another run here. And Silva. Plenty of good white shirts for company. Just didn't make his mind up what he was going to do there, Quaresma. That's his foul. Otamendi. The referee is running a word here with Quaresma. Roncaglia. Dimichelis. Lavelle. It's fair to say most of the support inside Old Trafford tonight is for Portugal. They rarely threaten the Argentina goal. And this man would be more than capable of scoring a goal for Argentina if he gets an opportunity. Aguero has hit 12 goals in 9 Premier League starts for Manchester City this season. Gaetan, thanks with Lamela. The space opening up here for Argentina with Pereira. Gaetan. Not get onto the return here, but he nearly did. Way by Portugal. Coutinho. In there. Nani. Jose Font, Bruno Alves, and William Carvalho made their way to join there. Nani will take the free kick. Very disappointing. Back with Nani, can he make amends? He's got another free kick and a yellow card for Lamela. Don't have any complaints there, Lamela. Now, if we had one CR7 still out here, well, there'll be absolutely no doubt in view of this free kick. But neither Ronaldo or Messi reappeared after half-time. So the free kick is entrusted here to Quaresma. Looks as though he's going to have a go for goal here. No, decides to disappoint again. This is really not very good for Portugal for the last couple of set pieces. No imagination in that at all from Quaresma. And Santos would be deeply disappointed with the last two set pieces. You can't understand that. Trouble is, you won't have the players again for a few months. A long gap between the next international game. It's a frustrating time that managers and head coaches and national teams have. Just not enough precious time with the players. Here's Tevez. Choose to release Pereira. Sigel with Bebeto. There's no back pass there. Start a change of inquiry from Pereira. Pereira. David Chase. So he's going to see the game out. The age of 33. Really had a quiet time of it at the back and inside. Otamendi, David Chase. Moncaglia. Mascherano. Sloppy pass from him. This is Quaresma. Real chance to threaten here, Ricardo Quaresma. Otamendi with a challenge. And referee Martin Atkinson afforded himself an excellent view of that. Quite rightly. Allow play to continue. And here's Gaitan. Tevez in the middle. It's beyond him. This is Lamela. Can open up for a shot here for Eric Lamela. Decided not to take it on. It's back with Gaitan. Guerrero, here's Carlos Tevez. William, Moncaglia. If there used to be a goalie, something that would come more likely from Argentina. The possession stats very high in this game. Created as many chances in the second half as they did in the first. Close as they came was a Messi shot from almost on the byline that touched off a post. It's a pull back by William. Almost coming together there between Carlos Tevez and Martin Dimichelis. Referee's word was Nani, of course, getting involved there with Dimichelis. I just wonder how much both managers will take out of this particular friendly. I won't want to lose, nobody does, and may not be petering out into a goalless draw, this one. Surely there to the chase. He says no. One straight in. This is Silva. Nani. Carvalho. Otamendi. To Bosingwa, here's Quaresma. Now Font. So a senior camp for Jose Font. Waited a long time for it. 30 years old he is. Bosingwa. Steps away from Gaetan and showed too much of the ball to Mascherano. Has that innate ability, having Mascherano to sniff danger. Lamela. It's a fullback, clearly there by Silva. Rafael Guerrero. Nani. Bruno Alves. Spears a terrific pass of the night. What a bad take either by Quaresma into air. Well, that's so much better from Portugal, who've really been flat for most of the evening. What a pass from Bruno Alves. Wonderful take as well from Quaresma. And Eder was sniffing his first senior international goal there. No joy in the end for him. It's a foul on Quaresma. Keeps Portugal high up the pitch. Portugal's last win, incidentally. I wonder whether Fernando Santos is aware of it, having just taken over the national team job. It was 1972, and the great Eusebio scored in that game. Is there a hero here for Portugal? In by Moutinho, and again, set pieces. A real disappointment. Quaresma. Quaresma will have a throw here for Portugal. Martin Atkinson has already posted to his fourth official league robot as to how much stoppage time will be. We've got 1 minute at the end of the first half, and there's 2 at the end of the second. Here's Guerrero's cross. It's a late charge here from Portugal. Been a long time in coming. Space now for Silva. Struck it here, turned into a pass for Quaresma. Free header! Portugal win it! And it's Rafael Guerrero! And a wry smile passes the lips of the coach, Fernando Santos. And what a moment for the 20-year-old Rafael Guerrero. He bought a ticket for the raffle and wins. His debut only last Friday against Armenia, and the left back from Lorient in France stoops to conquer, and Portugal surely have won it. A thrilling moment for that young man. What an introduction to senior international football. Almost looks past his bedtime. And very, very little time for Argentina to recover. It's up rather than away from Font. More conclusive from Bruno Alves. Martin Atkinson's had a couple of looks at the watch. Possibly the last attack now from Argentina. Have to get the ball forward quickly here. There's no time for the comeback. Rafael Guerreiro, the toast of Portugal. Their first win over Argentina for 42 years. And it came in stoppage time. Only getting his opportunity because they're so short of left backs. He's made quite an introduction. And this only his second seeing Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, which stages the prestigious, glamorous friendly between last summer's World Cup finalists Argentina and Portugal. Well, straight away, let's have a look at the two teams. Argentina 7 changes to the side which won 2-1 in last week's friendly against Croatia at West Ham United's Upton Park. Only Messi, Mascherano, Di Maria and Ansaldi retain their places. Coach Tata Martino taking the opportunity of using as many of his squad as possible in this final international of 2014. Portugal 4 changes to the team that won 1-0 at home to Armenia in last Friday's European Championship qualifier. Neto replaces Rui Patricio in goal. Bruno Alves comes into defence for Ricardo Carvalho. Thiago Gomez receives a senior international debut at left back in place of Rafael Guerreiro. Andre Gomez gets a start in midfield, and the Postiga drops down to the substitute bench. And so much quality in both of these deep squads, we can expect a maximum of 6 substitutions available to the respective coaches, Tata Martino and Fernando Santos. And Lionel Messi has lost his Ballon d'Or crown, of course, to Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll be hoping to retain it when the glittering ceremony arrives again in Zurich in January. But this man, in the eyes of many, is currently unassailable at the top of the world game. But both he and Messi, the centerpieces of tonight's match, reducing world-class players to seemingly a supporting role. There's plenty of friendly matches around the globe this evening, but none carry the quality of player of this one. It's the first meeting of Argentina and Portugal since 2011, a friendly in Geneva, which for the record Argentina won 2-1. Ronaldo and Messi both scored. Messi getting the winner from the penalty spot in the 90th minute. This is the 8th meeting in total. Mascherano looks like he's going to operate in that holding midfield role. There's the ball from Messi. Now Lucas Pina. Mascherano. Try and pick out Ansaldi. Free kick conceded by Otamendi. Nani earning Portugal a throw, and he back in his former club. He's still a Manchester United player, of course, now he has left for a loan spell at Sporting Lisbon. Only incidentally Ronaldo's second match back at Old Trafford since he left in 2009. Okay, Portugal throw. And Bruno Alves. His first touch. his tally for Barca, incidentally. Here's Higuain. Supporting behind for Messi. On the free run of Pilia. Higuain. Mascherano. It's finally here for Ronaldo. And find a way past to Moncaglia. Here's Ansaldi, who scored against Croatia last week. Looking for Di Maria. By his former Manchester United teammate, Pele. Di Maria, of course, now a big favourite here at Old Trafford. It's Tata Martino. And his opposite number, Fernando Santos. New head coaches for these two since the World Cup in Brazil. Santos came in for Paulo Bento after Portugal lost their opening European Championship qualifiers, surprisingly 1-0 at home to Albania. Since then, though, they picked up a couple of 1-0 wins in Denmark and home to Armenia. Both occasions, Ronaldo, as he invariably is, was the saviour for Portugal. Goal in each. Dimichelis for Roncaglia. This is Pastore. Lucas Vilia. Roncaglia. You see, Roncaglia. Good crossing position here. Decided not to take it on first time. Portugal operating with number 10, Danny, in principally the centre-forwards role tonight. Sandro Postiga has been relegated to the substitutes bench. Ronaldo will go up obviously in support. There's Messi. Messi again, looking at the ball to Di Maria. And only just wide. Angel Di Maria, set up for Messi. Just a little cute pass here from Messi to the stride of Di Maria. Things opening chance falling to Di Maria and Argentina. Forward by Thiago. Danny was fouled by Otamendi. Otamendi suggesting that Danny was leaning in with the elbow, not just getting his body in between Otamendi and the ball. I don't think there was much wrong with what Danny did there. Well, no angle is beyond this man. The free kick is, surprisingly. Certainly seeing Ronaldo take them on from this position. He's given way here to Nani. Flicked away off the head of Ansaldi. Caglia with the Argentina throw. He's on his third cap. He's his third football in Italy with Genoa. So a slick passing from Argentina and Ansaldi for Di Maria. Nice tempo to the opening minutes. Caglia will keep that in. Mascherano. Lucas Vilia. Roncaglia. Messi. Ansaldi. cross here, can't get it. Portugal defence, break things suddenly again. Straight to Pepe. Throw for Portugal, taken by Jose Mourinho, who's found his way back into the international fold after 4 years away. There are several players who had a fallout with the former coach, Carlo Bento. Players in Turkey with traps on score these days. Images. There are several Argentina players who play just across the city. The Etihad with Manchester City. Nani. He's turning into traffic there. Lost contact from Ansari. I don't think Martin Atkinson, the English referee, can have any doubt that that was a foul. Portugal. Free kick. Portugal right back. This is Javier Pastore. Good looking pass. Di Maria can keep this in. Argentina are in business. Only Higuain in the middle. Di Maria sort him out. Respectable. Beto. There's Ronaldo. There from Cristiano Ronaldo. Wasn't that long ago that a group of Manchester United fans paid for an aeroplane to fly over a La Liga match, trailing behind in a banner saying, "Come home, Cristiano." He is home, in inverted commas, won't be for long. There's been some speculation that Messi might play his career in England at some stage, and that speculation is wayward of the truth. If anything, you'll see most of his career out with Barcelona and then go back to Newell's Old Boys and finish things off there. In the city of his birth, Rosario. Mascherano, Pastore, and Salvi. Otamendi, Di Matthias, Leo Messi. Wants to take on the debutant, Thiago Gomez. Villa looks at Messi again. That stays down. Oh, right across the face. It was such an acute angle. He just couldn't find the back of the net. But that little burst of acceleration from Lionel Messi, how often we've seen it onside. Pepe playing him on. May just have touched off the near post of the goalkeeper Beto. We'll see it from this terrific angle here. Just came off the post. And he was close. Argentina, with a measure of control, the two openings calling for Di Maria and Messi. Space for Pastore. Messi. The ball into the path here. Pastore in danger. Cut out by Pepe, who couldn't complete the clearance. Something of a gift for the corner here to Argentina. Keep an eye out on the number 6 for Argentina, who's very strong in the air, Nicolas Otamendi. A wonderful start to his career in Spain with Valencia. Only was placed back in the Argentina squad. Here's Di Maria. Anywhere near Otamendi as it turned out. This is Ansari. Vilia. Otamendi. Shirano looking for Higuain, put out by Alves. Against Andre Gomez. It's an encouraging start for Argentina to see they're being afforded the space by Portugal. He wants to work their passing game. Portugal taking for Beto. Releases here for Bosimba. They take possession now. It's broken for Andre Gomez. Quickly closed down by Vilia. Pastore. Vilia. Messi. I can see him come as deep as this to beat the play. He's adapting his game. Lionel Messi doesn't make quite so many of those devastating dynamic runs at the top end of the pitch. It's actually where he played a lot of his Barcelona career, coming up through the ranks in that one of his deep lying number 10 role. Di Maria. Messi. Bruno Alves to concede another corner here to Argentina. Decent run forward by the fullback. Argentina is latest corner to be taken by Di Maria. Messi across. Possibly use a short one here, tracked by Moutinho though. Beto! Stretching and finding good hands. Here's Ronaldo. Pepe. Danny. Mascherano continues to play in midfield despite playing virtually all of his club career with Barcelona as a central defender in the last 3 seasons. It's a terrific ball from Di Maria. Here's Messi. Coutinho got to him quickly, and that was important. Thiago. Lovely flick from Ronaldo. Opens a space here for Bosimba. He's overcooked that. That must be a disappointment for Jose Bosimba. He was freed by a lovely, delightful touch here from Ronaldo. The goalkeeper, forced to kick long, which is what Portugal were looking for. Loose pass by Thiago. Here's Di Maria. Having got back goal side really quickly. And his teammates will be happy that it's only a corner and not a shot on goal for Di Maria. There's the misplaced pass from Thiago. Pepe had the pace to stay with Di Maria. Is forward for this, just beyond the run of Otamendi. He was close to getting contact on that. Mascherano. And Sully. Argentina continuing to dominate possession. Here's Messi. Villa. Mascherano. Space on the left here for Christian Ansaldi. Di Maria. Pastore. Nice football from Argentina, but Montenegro has pulled the play back. It was a late challenge by Nani. It's painful. One Manchester United player on another, not teammates this season. I mentioned earlier, Nani on loan at Sporting Club of Lisbon at the moment, but Di Maria really felt Nani's attention there. He's actually stayed down here. Penny for the thoughts, not only of Tata Martino watching Di Maria's survey, but Louis van Gaal, I wonder what he's thinking. He'd be wincing at the possibility that Di Maria's put them a missing one here. It'll be a pity for Di Maria. More than a pity for that man, Manchester United manager. If Di Maria has a lasting issue, tell you what, the picture does not look good here. See this challenge again. That's, I'm afraid, if I'm not being too unkind here to Nani, I don't think he's got too much of an eye on the ball. It's a strange angle for his left foot to arrive on Di Maria. I've got to say that. Well, it's good to see that Di Maria getting to his feet. Not really stumped down on the instant. Not easily going into Thompson like that. Still grimacing Di Maria as he comes off on his near side to get some more treatment. Argentina play without him. Mascherano. Otamendi. And Saldi. The run from Messi. Bruno Alves across swiftly. That's a foul by Kubicelis on Ronaldo. Messi incidentally says he's having to adapt his game to play on the right-hand side again. After the last couple of seasons he's been used principally in a central role by Barcelona. Di Maria. Oh, now that's a problem for that altercation with Nani. Good looking cross. Bruno Alves ahead of Higuain. Importantly he was. Here's Thiago. Alves. Really just took an arm on the face there from Bruno Alves. Otamendi. towards Portugal. Up the pitch here with João Moutinho. Thiago Gomes. Braga left back, I think he's dead at the age of 28 for Portugal. There's Messi. Just getting into overdrive here. Higuain. Support left and right. Support left is Di Maria. Oh, the pass was on there, just didn't carry the weight of Di Maria. Pastore, that's a run for him. Here's Pastore again. Gonzalo Higuain. Cambia offering the width. Ilia. Di Maria. Split again in this Argentina attack. Di Maria wants to use Ansari and settle for the throw. Otamendi. Ball pass to Ansari. Fernando Santos, the veteran manager, has had international experience before with Greece. Greece Santos in the quarterfinals of last European Championships. Also in charge of them in the World Cup in Brazil, took them to the last 16. Ilia. Really using the full extremity of this Old Trafford pitch. Argentina pushing Ansari, the left back, and Caglia, the right back, right onto the touchlines to make this pitch as big as possible. Portugal need to find a rhythm. This is the final international of 2014. Argentina warming up for the Copa America next year in Chile. Portugal's European Championship qualifying campaign doesn't resume again until March. Free kick against Javier Pastore. Pepe. Di Maria. Here's Messi. Running at Thiago Gomes. And Caglia arriving to his right. Another good run from the fullback. Pastore! Alberto equal to the Javier Pastore header. But again, Facundo Roncaglia doing well, the right back. Just seemed to slightly lose his feet there, Beto, but it was a relatively comfortable stop in the end. Pastore's not always been a regular in the Argentine side. It's his 16th cap, the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder. Lionel Messi. Ronaldo doing the defending. It's probably the periphery of the game now, Cristiano Ronaldo. could change in the blink of an eye. Kylian. Messi's pass cut out by Pepe. Singwa. Coutinho lights it in nicely for Singwa. And it's crossing with Singwa, he's in behind Argentina here. Excellent ball in. Taking on the toe of Ronaldo, but he's there again. Ronaldo! And it's over. Well, he was twisting, turning, almost sending Billy out of the ground. But couldn't hit the target. Singwa in behind the left side of that Argentina defence. Roncaglia did enough to hold Ronaldo. And he's still got his shot away. And the first sighted goal for the prolific Cristiano Ronaldo. Argentina breathed a sigh of relief. His eyes would have lit up, and Singwa produced the earlier cross. First threat from Portugal. Here's Messi. Yeah, in the way of the pass. This is Danny. Andre Gomez. Thiago Gomez. So a little lift in the tempo from Portugal, it seems. Nani. Higuain. On the way to Thiago. Here's Coutinho. Ronaldo. Up there, held on slightly, and Martin Atkinson's going to produce a yellow card here for Christian Ansaldi. I don't really think the referee's got much more of an option here. Ronaldo took the ball before Ansaldi could arrive, and it's a clear foul. The referee decides. I think he does try to pull out of it. In fairness, looking at that replay, Ansaldi, it just have been that Ronaldo was engaging the contact, and the yellow card goes to Argentina's number 3. Nani, we look at the places just beyond the penalty spot, just about where Ronaldo is placed in the edge of the area beyond that penalty spot. And it's in there. No Portugal shooting on the end of it. That was a decent free kick from Nani. And no takers. There's a certain amount of relief for Otamendi, who thrust down the leg in fresh air. Messi. Away from Andre Gomez. Bruno Alves hesitating. Pastore! Struck Messi. Back with Pastore. And the free kick to Argentina. Challenge on Pastore. Another yellow card, this time for Coutinho. Well, if Ansaldi's getting one for what he produced at the other end, there's no doubt Coutinho was getting booked there. A wonderful position here for Messi. It's just about the perfect angle for his left foot. The goalkeeper will be facing Messi the weekend in La Liga. Beto plays for Sevilla, who play Barcelona at the Camp Nou this coming weekend. I suspect the Portugal goalkeeper will be facing a few Messi free kicks in that league fixture at the weekend. He faces one now. Old Trafford lights up to mobile phone cameras, and you see them all around the stadium as Messi Delivers! One over. Pushed his head back in slight disappointment there. Got some velocity in the shot. But not dipping. Had it been on target, I think Beto was covering it. Messi. Quite found the range of his passing yet. Thiago Gomez. Running a good challenge from Vilia. Di Maria and Higuain in the middle. Messi looks for Pastore, who's arriving late. Pepe produced a good header. Here's Otamendi. Lots of space for Roncaglia again. Just a little nose there from Vilia. There's an issue for Portugal because the left back who's making his debut, Thiago Gomez, is being exposed because there's a whole raft of space in front of the Portugal left back. And he's not really getting much in terms of Ronaldo or Danny or Thiago covering the space in front of him. It's an area in which Argentina are getting some value out of the right back, Roncaglia. Serrano, he hooked offside, Di Maria, and he's up. Darren England, the assistant on the far side. It's a correct decision, it's come out, but it's right. Pepe. Andre Gomez. Silva. Coutinho, Danny, support from Silva. He's not to use him, this is Coutinho. Pepe. Ronaldo. Free kick's gone against Ronaldo, who looks as if he was alone at the end of the chance for Roncaglia. Sure what Ronaldo was wrong there. I think he can feel the breeze that the free kick went against him. Here's Messi. Roncaglia releasing up in support again, uses the decoy by Messi. Images. Messi. Vilia. Story for Di Maria. Small levels from Argentina, they look to quicken it. The story pushed out here by Thiago Gomez. A late developer into the senior international picture at 28, Thiago Gomez of Braga. Giving his opportunity because 3 left backs are missing from the Portuguese squad at the moment. Fabio Contrao, Vitorino and Tunes, and so all injured. Here's Higuain, just out of his reach. First run thing now, comes on the Higuain. Pepe, on the pitch. problem with the ball here. Another one, it's quickly to do. Otamendi. Story. It's away from Andre Gomez. Higuain. Didn't work for outside the away comes for Silva. Nani. Chase in charge. Heavy back pass there. And there it's out of play by Otamendi. It's an early moment for the goalkeeper running on his second senior cap for Tata Martino. And he's replaced Alex Tavares since the World Cup. And the feet of Guzman just about work there for Argentina. Only always have work to do. Corner to Breacher. Otamendi was in the way to corner to Portugal. Nani will get across to take this. Pepe has made his way forward, so to Bruno Alves. Ronaldo trying to escape the intentions of Di Machelis in the penalty area. But it was won initially by Bruno Alves. Thiago Gomez, Alves. Shapes a good looking ball in, and Guzman takes all the pressure off his defence with a good take. The best of clearances though. There's this club football in Mexico, and well, Guzman facing the normal first choice goalkeeper, Sergio Romero. For Silva. Coutinho. Nicely judged there by Denny. This is Thiago Gomez trying to shake off Messi. Well, it's probably seen Thiago Gomez so far. For Portugal. Here's Nani. Doesn't want to lose possession there, and he nearly did. For Silva. This is Thiago. Ronaldo's free. Running it inside. Now Coutinho. So good. Well, he made it. With that match, it should have been Nicolas Otamendi. Portugal have their latest corner. It's an awkward push in the right leg, wasn't it, from Otamendi? Nani with the corner. Here's Pepe. Oh, and Ronaldo has caught Villa there. It's just accidental. Immediately offering his apology here, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's definitely caught Lucas Villa. Just his eyes on the ball there, he didn't see where Villa was. It was painful. See the reaction straight away from Ronaldo here. Certainly not the wind out of that Lazio midfielder, Lucas Villa. In terms of the chances so far in this game, Argentina have had the better. Plenty of interested onlookers. A game as prestigious as glamorous as this. And familiar figure of Marianne Fellaini, Manchester United these days. Didn't make the World Cup squad. Martino's returned into the fold. So at the moment, Argentina down to 10. Villa receives treatment after that contact from Ronaldo, which was completely accidental. Roncagli. Otamendi and Saldi. Dimichelis, Villa is back on the field again. Pastore. Here's Messi. We'll find out very shortly from the fourth official league programme how much stoppage time will be as Beto makes a comfortable take. Quite a couple of lengthy stoppages, injuries to Villa and Di Maria. So I think there'll be at least 3 extra minutes added on, maybe a little more. Porcingo. Mascherano looking to stay with him. No nonsense from Otamendi. Only 1 minute. I'm a little surprised at that, given we've had 2 lengthy stoppages for injury. Here's Messi. Mascherano for Ansaldi. Need to take one Porcingo. It's not this from Ansaldi. Well, stings the hands, but no more of Beto. Dimichelis. Mascherano. Well, Martin Atkinson blows for half-time. Javier Mascherano has taken over the captain's armband in place of Messi. Great disappointment for the crowd that only saw 45 minutes of the world's top 2 players. The argument continues to rage on as to who is the better of the two. I suppose in many ways it's a futile argument. History will judge Messi and Ronaldo, trophies won and overall influence on the game. And Ronaldo is on record as saying we hope to make his peace with Messi personally tonight after comments in a recent book about Lionel Messi. Ronaldo had an unrepeatable nickname for Leo Messi, which he has denied vehemently. And maybe at kick-off time tonight Ronaldo made his peace with Messi. Anyway, neither of them out there now, which is a shame, but understandable. Both will be required by their clubs, Real Madrid and Barcelona in La Liga this coming weekend. There's Thiago Gomez, whose senior debut continues, left back. First involvement for Gaetan, he's got a free kick out of Nani. Di Maria will get over the Argentina free kick. Di Michelis and Otamendi have joined Higuain. Too close to Beto. Poor touch by Quaresma. Here's Font. Part of a very good Southampton defence in the English Premier League this season. The best defensive record in all 4 divisions in England. Throw here for Bosingwa. It's a back of Moutinho. It's João Moutinho again. And they're trying to get in there. The free kick has been signalled by Darren England, the assistant on the far side, against Eder. Quaresma. Moutinho, another throw for Portugal. Quaresma, smart turn. To win by Di Michelis. Eventually Argentina will have the throw for Insaldi. Rafa Benitez, another familiar face, the Napoli head coach. There's been some speculation that he might want to come back to England and maybe a second spell at Liverpool, but only speculation at the moment. And into space here for Di Maria. They're stretched here, Portugal. Higuain's offside. Flag's already up. Malaki had that flag raised very quickly. And they had a 2-on-1 here. Just didn't hold his run. Higuain. It's a correct decision from Mike Malaki, the assistant. But really looking along the line, he'll be disappointed in himself there, Higuain. Thiago Gomez looks like he's pulled a hamstring here. Disappointment for Fernando Santos, who gave Gomez his senior debut tonight. I mentioned earlier in commentary, he's without 3 left backs. That's why Gomez has come out of the shadows to win that first cap. And his evening is about to be shortened. The likely replacement would be Rafael Guerrero, who only made his debut in the European Championship qualifying win against Armenia last Friday. And here's Guerrero. All reports said that it was a very encouraging first appearance in the senior national team. Just 20 years old. And a straight swap here at left back. Now, they don't want to get a problem for Guerrero. I know there isn't an international for a while, but to be without 5 left backs is stretching matters into rather uncomfortable territory. And it gives these young players an opportunity. Rafael on plays in France with Lorient. Guerrero. In there, chasing around a loose pass from Pastore. It's going to be a test of Guzman.
Substituição da seleção portuguesa, saiu 24 cartões, entrou o
Nice touch. looks for Di Maria, but easily cut out by Beto. Nani, the latest to be struggling with an injury, just holding the Achilles area there. Showing the damage to Martin Atkinson, the referee. He wants everybody to have a look. Nani? Just maybe caught slightly there, but nothing to exercise the referee in any shape or form. I can sense some of the atmosphere has gone out of Old Trafford since Ronaldo and Messi have not reappeared for the second half, but nevertheless, we could still have a very good second half here. There's no important points to be gained. It's not the World Cup, but nevertheless, neither side will want to go away with the defeat. Rest assured on that, in by Brasiba, dealt with by Mascherano and Sally. Used his physical strength, Ronaldo did it with the eyes of referee Atkinson. Here's Bilia. Caglia. Gaetan. Mascherano steps away from Quaresma. Overload on the right hand side briefly, but Mascherano's pass was a poor one. One of the World Cup he had. Little talked about Messi and that run for Argentina to the final, but Mascherano produced some heroic performances in midfield, not least in the semi-final. Here's Andre Gomez. Quiet game so far. Seen a bit of Andre Gomez playing for Valencia in La Liga this season, and I always think he's better playing higher up the pitch. He's an all-round box-to-box midfielder. He's got essentially a holding role tonight for the coach Santos. Too far out of the reach of Di Maria though. Here's Guerrero for Thiago. William turning the throw and getting it. On either side at the moment, much of a goal threat. Here's Pastore. Di Maria. Trying to force himself in the corner here. It's up to Nani. And a brilliant start to his Manchester United career, Di Maria, but just ebbed away a little bit. It's new culture, new league. It's remarkable that he started so well. As we know, his talent proved to be a really excellent acquisition for Manchester United. It's Dimitris of Manchester City. Bilia. Mascherano didn't want that pass. Portugal opportunity to move forward, denied by the referee's whistle. It was a foul by Thiago. A yellow card for the Atletico Madrid midfielder. Thiago, returning to the international picture after a long layoff, 4 years. Another who fell out with the previous coach, Pablo Bento. Higuain. Some notes there on Bruno Alves. Higuain just saying this was a good old-fashioned shoulder charge, but more often than not you have a free kick given against you for that. Plays these days in Italy with Napoli. It's a manager watching on. I'm sure there'll be opportunity for Tevez to light up this numerous international friendly, which is in need of some Bournemouth action at the moment, has to be said. And there's too many stoppages for comfort for niggly little fouls. Gaetan trying to find a way past Rosiva and his font. Coutinho. Eder. Nani. Could open this out here for Guerrero. He does so. Just going to hit the pass so Rancaglia to niggle back. Di Maria. A lot of pace to get beyond Andre Gomez, who's got more power. Covered well. Sigma, just out nicely for Quaresma. Still Ricardo Quaresma, Coutinho, Thiago, Guerrero. Back out with Thiago. Rather cheaply. Here's Villa, Di Maria. Chance to run at that Portuguese defence. And they're cutting onto his left foot here. Still Di Maria. Good touch though. Argentina with Mascherano. Gaetan. Not much movement ahead of him, so he's still got back here with Otamendi. Di Michelis. Otamendi, Pastore, Gaetan, doesn't know this, and inroads into that Portugal defence. Nicolas Gaetan, there's Ansaldi, Di Maria, and that's lifted the atmosphere of Old Trafford, a shot on goal. Ansaldi with a set up here for Di Maria, struck it well. Better in the Portugal goal, always dealing with it. Change here now for Argentina. A couple of changes. Gonzalo Higuain is coming off. Could it be replaced by Carlos Tevez? We're also going to see Eric Lamela. Here's Higuain coming off.
Sale el número 7, Ángel Di María, y entra el número 18, el Lamela. Y el segundo cambio,
Carlos Tevez.
Higuain, y entra el Lamela.
Getting his chance, the Tottenham Hotspur midfielder. Confirmation that Di Maria was the man to make way for Lamela. Heavy that from Otamendi, just caused Griezmann to struggle a little bit to keep it in. Both coaches have now made 3 substitutions. They are allowed a maximum of 6. So Portugal with 4 now. Because they had that injury in the second half to Thiago Gomez. Kelly. Otamendi. Nice ball from Pastore. Here's Tevez. Gaetan. Villa. Free kick against Quaresma. Porto, and a pretty lengthy international career. Quaresma has always fulfilled it, not yet to 40 caps yet, 31-year-old. Beto waits in Argentina, or on a Portugal goal for Argentina to come forward and Saldi's cross. Not the worst, but no takers inside the 6-yard area in the blue and white. Tevez. Away comes Andre Gomez. Dimichelis. And Saldi. Mascherano. The run here from Gaetan. That's an excellent effort. Gaetan. Lovely ball this though from Mascherano. Speared onto the head here of Gaetan, who was onside. Just coming on the blind side of the young fullback, Rafael Guerrero. But was hoping it would travel wide, and it did. Well, certainly Argentina look the more likely to make the breakthrough. Portugal getting ready to make another change. Adrien Silva is going to replace Andre Gomez shortly. Coutinho shuffled down the line here for Eder. Runs into a meaty challenge from Otamendi. For Silva. That's a foul on Lamela. Portugal are going to make their change now. This is going to be a senior international debut to replace Andre Gomez. First cap at this level for 25-year-old Adrien Silva, who plays for Sporting Club Lisbon. Straight swap in midfield. Just one substitution available now for Portugal. As for Silva surveys the scene over this free kick. It's Quaresma rather. Alves kept it in, but only for Guzman. Mascherano. Tevez. Gaetan. Probably another burst forward and pushed in the back by Nani. Oh, there's a soft free kick to give away by Nani. He's got his opponent facing the touchline, not threatening the Portuguese goal, and then just gone straight to the back of it. It's inexplicable, really, for a player of his experience and standing. And Fernando Santos, the Portugal head coach, will be furious with Nani if they concede from this. It's going down with the free kick. Comfortably away. No pressure by Font. This cue there, for Silva, but he got away with it. Here's Gaetan, pretty lively since he came on. Mascherano, extending his international caps to 110 tonight, Javier Mascherano. 30 years old, he could yet challenge the record of the great Javier Zanetti. Stands at beyond 140. Wonkaglia. Gaetan. Mascherano. Sally's made a good run the left back. It's an excellent pass to pick out that run from Mascherano to corner. Terrific movement off the ball there by Ansaldi. Thumbs up for the service from the skipper for the second half after the loss of Messi at half-time, Javier Mascherano. Ball already taken, and somebody can't run on to that. It's back here with Mascherano. That's a good pass again here for Lamela. Astori. Lucas Villa. Dimichelis. So much of the ball tonight, Argentina. Made the majority of the chances that have been on view. Still no breakthrough. Offside, it's Astori. Some famous faces tonight, none more so than the great Sir Bobby Charlton, who graced this stadium for so many wonderful years. There's Dimichelis. Gaetan. Wonkaglia. Billy. Space here for Pastori. Now Lamela. Can we forward in this Argentina attack? Still Lamela. Billy. Mascherano. Tevez. Wonkaglia. Possession from Argentina. Gaetan. Now Guerrero. Thiago. Oh, Billy, I thought he'd take the ball cleanly there. I thought he saw matters differently. Jose Font. Quaresma. Another goal off Lamela. Thiago. Silva. Osingo. Argentina ready to make a couple of changes shortly, I understand. Roberto Carrera and Jonathan Silva. Bruno Alves. Guerrero. He's done well now, there. I've seen very little of Portugal as an attacking threat. Plenty of Argentina in these positions. They can make the breakthrough this time. In goes Keita. Was never troubling Beto. He's certainly not the beating of Guerrero in the air. Might be a weapon yet for Argentina. Argentina making their two changes that I mentioned. Roberto Ferreira and Jonathan Silva. Off comes Christian Salvi. He's going to make way for Pastores, the other player coming off here. So Pereira will drop into midfield in place of Pastore. Silva will go in at left back instead of Salvi. Jonathan Silva of Sporting Club Lisbon. So he's up against one or two of these Portuguese clubmates tonight. Silva, 20 years old, second cap for him, just the fourth cap for Pereira, who's dropped into midfield. An opportunity to view some of the fringe players of their respective sports. And very nearly embarrassed Guzman there. Tevez is a player here for Facundo Moncaglia. Cut out by Guerrero, so he got Eder ahead of him. Looks for him. Guerrero. Lamela. Vidia. Loose and Tevez. Here's Thiago. Divichos led that ahead of Eder. Oh, Thiago's already in a yellow card, and I think Martin Atkinson would avoid at all costs showing a red card in a friendly, but I think in a competitive game, Thiago might well have been in deep, deep trouble there. He goes again for the challenge. This time he's got the free kick. Maybe a second or two there after moving to that earlier challenge. I'll make your mind up on this one. Well, that's a yellow card all day long in a competitive match. Martin Atkinson has let Thiago away with one there. Mascherano, have given away. Portugal left frustrated in a real good break on the Argentina defence there. The referee decided there was a foul on Mascherano. He needs us to stay down and in some sort of anguish. Just got trodden on there by Quaresma. Martino, since he took over from Alex Sabella, 3 wins and 1 defeat. The defeat came in the Clásico de las Américas game against Brazil. Otherwise, it's 3 wins all the way. Tevez, Silva, good ball there. Was just trying to affect the little back heel and kept alive here by Lamela. This is Vilia. Mascherano. Moncaglia. Quaresma to deal with this, but Jonathan Silva has eventually been penalised for the challenge. And this was the cross that was delivered here by Jonathan Silva. And Kaitan, look at that, just trying to flick it over his head. And a decent attempt. Change now. Portugal coach William Carvalho, underrated defensive midfield player. Moving on to replace Thiago. Fernando Santos well aware of that incident a moment or two ago where Thiago doesn't want to risk another challenge like that, which might just stretch the patience of referee Martin Atkinson. So Carvalho is on. Portugal have used all their 6 substitutes now. One more left for Argentina, should Santa Martino wish to make it. I'm sure the crowd would like to see Sergio Aguero, despite the fact that there'll be a fair amount of Manchester United fans amongst the crowd this evening. So it's been a great form for Manchester City in the Premier League this season. There's Lamela, Tevez, Eric Lamela again, Lucas Villa, Lamela, and Cavani. Adrian Silva finding Ricardo Quaresma. On the run here, and Silva. Plenty of blue and white shirts in company. Just didn't make his mind up what he was going to do there, Quaresma. That's his foul. Otamendi. The referee is running word here with Quaresma. Roncaglia, Dimichelis, Lamela. It's fair to say most of the supporting side on Trafford tonight is for Portugal. They've rarely threatened the Argentina goal. And this man will be more than capable of scoring a goal for Argentina if he gets an opportunity. Aguero's hit 12 goals in 9 Premier League starts for Manchester City this season. Gaeta flanks with Lamela. The space opening up here for Argentina with Pereira. Gaeta got onto the return here, very nearly did, away by Borsingo. Moutinho. In there. Nani. Jose Font, Bruno Alves, and William Carvalho all made their way to join Eder. Nani will take the free kick. Oh, very disappointing. Back with Nani, he made amends. He's got another free kick. And a yellow card for Lamela. Can't have any complaints there, Lamela. Now, if we had one CR7 still out here, there would be absolutely no doubt in view of this free kick. But neither Ronaldo or Messi reappeared after half-time. So the free kick is entrusted here to Quaresma. Looks as though he's going to have a go for goal here. No, decides to disappoint again. This is really not very good from Portugal from the last couple of set pieces. No imagination in that at all from Quaresma. Santos will be deeply disappointed with the last two set pieces. He can't understand that. Trouble is, he won't have the players again for a few months. A long gap between the next international game. It's a frustrating time that managers and head coaches of national teams have. Just not enough precious time with the players. Here's Tevez. To release Pereira. See well for Beto, there's no back pass there. Start a gentle inquiry from Pereira. Pereira. Chase. This is he's going to see within him out. Into 33. Really a fine tackle there at the back and inside. Otamendi, Chase. Moncadi. Mascherano. Sloppy pass from him. This is Quaresma. Real chance to threaten here, Ricardo Quaresma. Otamendi with a challenge. And referee Martin Atkinson afforded himself an excellent view of that. Quite rightly allowed play to continue. And here's Gaetan. But Tevez in the middle. It's beyond him. This is Lamela. An open up for a shot here for Eric Lamela. Decided not to take it on. It's back with Gaetan. Guerrero, and is Carlos Tevez. William, Moncadi. If there used to be a goal, he still feel it would come more likely from Argentina. The possession stats very high in this game. Created as many chances in the second half as they did in the first. First as they came was a Messi shot from almost on the byline that touched off a post. It's a ball back by William. Almost a lot coming together there between Carlos Tevez and Martin Dimichelis. Is kind of all the word was Nani, of course, getting involved there with Dimichelis. I just wonder how much both managers will take out of this particular friendly. They won't want to lose, nobody does, and it may not be petering out into a goalless draw, this one. Time shy there, Dimichelis. Referee says no. straight in. This is Silva. Nani. Carvalho. Otamendi. To Bosingwa, here's Quaresma. Now Font. So a senior cap for Jose Font, waited a long time for it. 30 years old he is. Bosingwa. Steps away from Gaeta and showed too much of the ball to Mascherano. There's that innate ability having Mascherano to sniff danger. Lamela. To pull back clearly there by Silva. Rafael Guerrero. Nani. Bruno Alves. Spears a terrific pass of the night. Not a bad take either by Quaresma into air. Well, that's so much better from Portugal, who've really been flat for most of the evening. What a pass from Bruno Alves. Wonderful take as well from Quaresma. And Eder was having his first senior international goal there. And joy in the end for him. Foul on Quaresma. Keeps Portugal high up the pitch. Portugal's last win, incidentally. Manuel Fernando Santos is aware of it, having just taken over the national team job. It was 1972, and the great Eusebio scored in that game. Was there a hero here for Portugal? In by Moutinho, and again, set pieces. A real disappointment. Quaresma. Quaresma will have a throw here for Portugal. Martin Atkinson has already posted to his fourth official league probate as to how much stoppage time will be. Only got 1 minute at the end of the first half, and there's 2 at the end of the second. Here's Guerrero's cross. It's a late charge here from Portugal. Been a long time in coming. Space now for Silva. Struck it here. Turned into a pass for Quaresma. Free header! Portugal win it! And it's Rafael Guerrero! And a wry smile passes the lips of the coach, Fernando Santos. And what a moment for the 20-year-old Rafael Guerrero. He bought a ticket for the raffle and wins. His debut only last Friday against Armenia, and the left back from Lorient in France stoops to conquer, and Portugal surely have won it. A thrilling moment for that young man. What an introduction to senior international football. Almost looks past his bedtime. Very, very little time for Argentina to recover. rather than away from Font. More conclusive from Bruno Alves. Martin Atkinson's had a couple of looks at the watch. Possibly the last attack now from Argentina. They have to get the ball forward quickly here. There's no time for the comeback. Rafael Guerreiro, the toast of Portugal. Their first win over Argentina for 42 years. And it came in stoppage time. Only getting his opportunity because they're so short of left backs. He's made quite an introduction. And this only his second seeing Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, which stages the prestigious, glamorous friendly between last summer's World Cup finalists Argentina and Portugal. Well, straight away, let's have a look at the two teams. Argentina, 7 changes to the side which won 2-1 in last week's friendly against Croatia at West Ham United's Upton Park. Only Messi, Mascherano, Di Maria and Ansaldi retain their places. Coach Tata Martino taking the opportunity of using as many of his squad as possible in this final international of 2014. Portugal, 4 changes to the team that won 1-0 at home to Armenia in last Friday's European Championship qualifier. Beto replaces Rui Patricio in goal. Bruno Alves comes into defence for Ricardo Carvalho. Thiago Gomez receives a senior international debut at left back in place of Rafael Guerreiro. Andre Gomez gets a start in midfield. Helder Postiga drops down to the substitute bench. And so much quality in both of these deep squads. We can expect a maximum of 6 substitutions available to the respective coaches, Tata Martino and Fernando Santos. Lionel Messi has lost his Ballon d'Or crown, of course, to Cristiano Ronaldo. We'll be hoping to retain it when the glittering ceremony arrives again in Zurich in January. But this man, in the eyes of many, is currently unassailable at the top of the world game. But both he and Messi, the centrepieces of tonight's match, reducing world-class players to seemingly a supporting role. There's plenty of friendly matches around the globe this evening, but none carry the quality of player of this one. It's the first meeting of Argentina and Portugal since 2011, friendly in Geneva, which for the record Argentina won 2-1. Ronaldo and Messi both scored. Messi getting the winner from the penalty spot in the 90th minute. This is the 8th meeting in total. Mascherano looks like he's going to operate in that holding midfield role. First of all for Messi. Now Lucas Pina. Mascherano. We'll try and pick out Ansaldi. Conceded by Otamendi. a little cute pass here from Messi. The stride of Di Maria. Game's opening chance falling to Di Maria and Argentina.